Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, especially Sunday morning, to come and discuss the techniques to better our minds. So thank you. I'm very happy to be here. And it's not just because I received chocolate cake, okay? So let's get started with a bit of meditation. And since this weekend we're trying to talk about, the practical approach, I want to just share something we can do in the morning, right when we wake up. This is the best time to meditate. And, especially if you wake up before the other people in your house. Because a lot of people say, oh, Namjong, I don't have time to meditate because I gotta make, breakfast for my kids, I gotta go to work, all these things, right? So one solution is wake up before everybody else, right? And especially when you go to bed, have your phone on, airplane mode. Or, is anyone a heart surgeon? No, right? Okay. So it doesn't matter, all these messages you get in the night, turn all that off. The first thing, don't check who has messaged you in the night. It can wait until 9 o'clock, okay? First thing, you gotta take care of yourself, right? You give yourself that energy that then you can draw on for the rest of the day. So let's just pretend that we've just woken up. So first thing is, no snooze button, okay? Actually, it's the best if we can wake up naturally, okay? But this might take a little bit of time to do. Most of us, we have a very big sleep debt, which then adversely affects our performance across many different areas of life. So we'll talk about that more later. But let's just assume we've woken up naturally, our family is still sleeping. So what do? Sit up, okay? And then, so it's very helpful, and some of you might have learned a bit of pranayama. I'm not an expert, so you can many of you probably have a more sophisticated pranayama technique. But if you don't, here's one simple one, okay? We just take 30 very deep and full breaths, okay? Shall we do together? Okay, so. Okay, so that was 30 for me. Then, wow, a little bit of rush to the head. Your blood has become very oxygenated. So, no need for morning coffee. Now, after you do the deep breathing, we do the alternate nostril breathing. So here, it's popular in pranayama, but there's a slightly different way that we do in the Tibetan yogic tradition. So I'll teach that way. If you know from your own practice before, you can do it another way. So here in the Tibetan tradition, the way it's done, we put our thumbs at the base of our ring fingers and make fists. Does it sound okay? Okay. Oops. All right. And then we use our pointer finger and cover the opposite side, the left nostril. And then we're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold it for 4 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts. So that ratio, 1, 1, 2, keep. If you are an Olympic swimmer, you can maybe do 6, 6, 12. If you are asthmatic, do 3, 3, 6. But 4, 4, 8 is a common ratio, so you can try that, okay? So it's called 9-round breathing because we do 3 rounds of an inhalation and exhalation, breathing in through the right and then out through the left 3 times. Then switch hands, breathe in through the left, out through the right 3 times, and then breathe in through both nostrils and out through both nostrils, again for 3 times. Okay? Let's do. Now after you've completed the 9 rounds, then just continue with the mindfulness of the breath meditation. So here we use the object of the breath for our meditation, and in particular we become aware of the natural breath as it is. So here we're not trying to hold our breath for a certain number of counts, but rather just become aware of the breath as it is, the natural breath. So here we can either, at the abdomen, get in touch with the sensations of the inhalation and exhalation. So as we inhale, we feel the abdomen expanding. As we exhale, we feel it contract. Or we can focus on the area above our lips and in the nostril area. So as we inhale and exhale, the air going over the skin will result in a certain sensation, maybe of coolness. And so just become aware of that. To make the mind more precise, try to become aware of the very split second when the inhalation becomes the exhalation and the exhalation becomes the inhalation. Also, for those of us new to the practice, we can gently count the exhalations. So inhale, exhale, count 1, and so forth until we reach 10. And then start over at 1. If in the meantime, other thoughts appear in the mind, don't engage with them. Rather, just become aware of them and then let them go. Let them go just like the waves dissolve back into the ocean. All of these discursive thoughts will dissolve back into the nature of the mind. So we'll continue with this meditation for just 4 minutes, not a long period of time, short enough that we can maintain the concentration. So gently come out of the meditation and bring your attention back to the room. So, how's that? Yes? Okay. Some of you weren't here yesterday. Don't try to deny it. It's okay. But yesterday I went through the meditation posture in some detail. And then when I opened my eyes, I saw some of you with a few things that I thought to mention. Okay? One, Rebecca, right? We can meditate with our eyes closed. They normally say it's better if you can to meditate with your eyes slightly open, like this, but not like this. I haven't seen that in the traditional texts, okay? Rita in the back there. Okay. It's okay. If you're sitting on the ground, then of course the half lotus posture, the full lotus posture, even cross-legged is okay. If we have knee problems and we have to sit on a chair, it's also okay. But please, if you do that, keep both feet on the ground. Like Maitreya, Buddha. Both feet on the ground, not even crossed like this, okay? Straight on the ground. Come back from the backrest so that your spine is supporting itself, okay? And then with the hands, yes, this is okay, right? Hands down on the knees. Here in India, Om, it's okay. Here we see in the Buddhist tradition, this Dharani Mudra, left hand down first, right hand on top, and thumbs touching, okay? So you can experiment with that, okay? So that's what I saw.
Venerable, I have a question.
Yes, please.
When we do the inhale and exhale,
Mm-hmm.
when we breathe out, we don't wait till 4 to breathe in again? Not necessarily. We 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And
Yes.
we don't wait 1, 2, 3, 4. Not necessary.
Not necessary. Yeah.
And the second thing is,
Hmm?
is this also a deep breath or a more normal breath?
When?
Inhale, exhale.
In the 9-round breathing,
Yeah.
alternate nostril, I mean, it's not going to be as deep as the first one, just because you only have one nostril to breathe in. So you can check the physics of that. But see, even those, it is like it's a conscious breath, right? Of 4. When we then switch to the mere mindfulness of breath, then it's just the natural breath. And we don't really care, well, we don't care if it's long or short, we're just trying to notice how it is. Okay? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Normally, not normally,
Yeah.
at least I think the Indian pranayama
Yes.
system,
Mm.
the breathing starts from the left.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
But here, in the teaching nine rounds,
Yeah.
you said that it starts from the right.
Yeah.
Particular logic of
No. And actually, I've seen it, even in the Tibetan tradition, the other way, starting from the left. But I don't know. I think for me, right is dominant, right? So we start with the right.
because
But
sorry.
yeah, no, go ahead.
No,
Wait, is there any logic in the pranayama tradition why it would be left
no,
first?
because it's very clear
Oh.
that the left is associated with the moon energy
Mm.
and the right with the sun.
Okay,
So they are starting with the cool energy,
I see.
and
Okay.
like the first one, the Vastrika, that's really energizing, getting more
Right.
as per the pranayama. But Anulom Vilom,
Yeah.
alternate, they said it's really to cool and the balance
Yeah.
both the energy.
Yes.
So they're starting, since the body is already heated
Yeah.
because of the Vastrika,
Right.
so they start with the left.
Right.
I mean, that's the logic in the
Hmm.
Patanjali Sutra.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
But either way is okay in the Tibetan tradition. You can start with the left.
Yeah, you
No,
can
it's okay, I'm only
you
trying
can
to understand.
yeah,
whether-
you can check. You can check in your own experience, and probably for most of us, I don't know if you're able to tell the difference from one day or another if you do either way. Yes.
You had said right hand on top. I was taught left hand on top. Does that make a difference? Is there a logic to having the right hand on top? If it doesn't matter, if I need to switch, I will.
Well, huh. Who taught you that?
It was a long time ago.
Okay. I'll have to report him to the Buddhist authorities. No, a lot of this stuff, there might be some logic, but you know, when I was taught this, it was in the monastery, and you know, my guru was teaching to 1,000 people. So it wasn't like, excuse me, Rinpoche, what's with the left versus the right? You know, we don't really get into that. So I think mostly it's left and right. Even when you look in the tankas and depictions, sometimes you'll see in the Japanese tradition the statues. Okay, some they'll have like this with the thumbs like this. Have you seen some statues like that? Right? And then sometimes you'll see it over. Right? So I'm not sure, but this is what we're taught in the Tibetan tradition, and I almost wonder if having it like this, it just makes the statue easier to carve. No, really, because if you look in the where is it, in Sri Lanka, the Buddha actually is not in a full lotus posture; it's in a half lotus posture, and then I thought, that must just be the artist. It's easier like that. That's what I thought. Okay. Enough questions about that, right? So you see, first we do the meditation and then a nice cup of Darjeeling tea. So that's that, okay? You feeling energized, right? It's nice. And see, instead of hitting the snooze button for whatever, 10 minutes, you do that and you'll feel more awake. And you feel like it's ready to start your day. But at the end of that meditation session, at the beginning of your day, it's very good to set a very positive motivation, okay? So some of you who have been here for longer might have come into contact with the daily motivation that Lama Zopa Rinpoche has made. Have you gone over that here? Nice. So you can do that. And actually there's a very great book published by Lama Yeshe Wisdom Archive that is available here at Tushita Center called The Bodhisattva Attitude by Lama Zopa Rinpoche. In that book, it has 4 different motivations with which we can start our day. And it's very nice to, alternate through them. But what all of them have in common is just this thought that, we're very fortunate to be alive today in this very precious human body. And so we should use our energy, our efforts to benefit others. So please try to think, that the purpose of my life is to benefit others. And, well, in particular, in order that we can be of utmost benefit to others, we need to actualize our potential. The more qualities we have, the more we're able to give to others. And so, in general, we have 2 jobs. To benefit others and to increase our ability to benefit others. Yeah. So try to use your time and think, okay, I'm about to do something, which of these 2 does that fall into? And if the answer is neither, then maybe think about it. But you see, if we try to develop this kind of attitude, then even normal things we can transform into the path. If we are thinking about compassion and wishing to benefit others, then even as we go to work, it can be done with a motivation to benefit others. As we work, we are benefiting our customers, or our clients, our shareholders, maybe the world at large, right? And that's okay, you know? And then as many of us are still not yet, living the life of a monastic, you have to go to work to support yourself. And so even that can be done with a good motivation, thinking, you know, I have to eat, I have to earn money, and then I'll earn this, my livelihood, so that I can continue to support myself. Why? So I can continue to practice. And then extra funds that we have, then we can use that to go to teachings, go on retreat, or support various charitable projects, you know. And then, even doing that will become virtue. There's one kind of doubt that comes up with some people at the beginning, because at the beginning of Dharma teachings, there's always an emphasis on abandoning the so-called 8 worldly concerns, you know, and there's this thought of, we gotta get renunciation, you know, and then some people can think of renunciation as getting rid of something, right? But really, renunciation in itself is a bit of a bad translation. Yeah. I did some research on this. Hold on. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. Ah, yes, okay. Sanskrit scholars out there? Ni sarana. Have you heard that? Renunciation. Okay, in Sanskrit, ni sarana. So ni, sorry for the bad pronunciation, means out or away. And sarana means to move quickly. Okay? Now, do we have any classical Chinese scholars in the audience? Okay. So here in Chinese, that has been translated as li, which means to leave, or shi chu xian, which means to manifest the real thing. To manifest the real thing, right? And in Tibetan, it's nge chung. Nge means definite, and chung means emergence, right? So all of those different languages has a very different feel from renunciation, right? Renunciation is getting rid of, but all of this, it's talking about, to leave what? Samsara. To manifest the real thing, to manifest real happiness, to manifest liberation. To definitely emerge from where? Samsara. And where is samsara? Samsara is not a place, but rather samsara is a state of having, an uncontrolled mind, an unsubdued mind. Samsara is the cycle of rebirth according to our karma and our afflictions. So we have to see the various faults of the afflictive emotions. As long as our actions are motivated by afflictions, there is nothing but one kind of, here again, dukkha, right? As we talked about yesterday, although it's translated as suffering, I'm also not happy with that. It's more a sense of unsatisfactoriness, or could be better, or, a bit of a bummer, okay? Yeah? Bummer dude, okay, if you're from California. So anyway, at the beginning of our day, if we just, in a brief way, think the purpose of my life is to benefit all sentient beings, and in particular, in order that I may fully actualize my highest potential, so I can be of utmost benefit to others, I'm going to direct all my actions of body, speech, and mind today for the benefit of others, right? And then, even before we go to work, we keep that in mind. Then even going on the bus to work, I think I'm going to benefit my clients, my customers, my co-workers as much as I can. Okay? Then eating the meal. Okay, I'm going to eat this meal so that I can sustain my body, so I can continue to be more benefit to others. Taking a siesta in the afternoon. Very nice. Then I'm very tired now from doing all this work all day for sentient beings. I'm going to rest now so I can have renewed energy for my work for sentient beings, right? Talking on the phone. Then, okay, I'm going to call my friend not to gossip, but maybe I can give him or her advice that will be of benefit, right? So really, with the right motivation, then there's nothing that cannot become Dharma, right? So one time, very famously, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was being interviewed by Larry King. You know Larry King? I think it was Larry King. Anyway, one of those guys. And he was asked, so how much do you meditate in one day? And what does His Holiness say? 24 hours. Right? Yeah. Because what did we talk about yesterday? That the very definition of meditation is familiarizing your mind with virtuous objects. So don't think, oh, my meditation has to be like this, right? Sitting somewhere with your eyes closed, or, you know? If you think of your meditation like that, you're not going to make much progress. Because even the best of you, how much time do you have for this? Or sorry, how much time will you tell me that you have for this? Not much, right? What's wrong?
I'm good.
Okay.
Honestly.
Man. Okay? So, that's the most important thing, our motivation, right? Then as we go through the day, try to keep that in mind. See what is motivating our actions. And just as we did in the beginning of the session, we have the mindfulness of the breath. Well, on another level, we should always be mindful of everything that's going on. You know, even little things, people, they'll be like, just very mindlessly, they're sitting at the desk and like playing with a pen, or do you ever like tap your foot like this, right? No mindfulness. So be aware of what's going on in your body, be aware of what's going on in your mind, yeah? And then see, when you're about to do an action, what is the motivation? Are you being motivated by an affliction? Is there anger, attachment, greed, jealousy? So, Shantideva very beautifully in the Bodhisattva Charyavatara, he what is it, the fourth or fifth chapter, the chapter on conscientiousness, he talks about this practice where, he's always watching his mind, and then when I notice that I have a thought to praise myself, I shall remain like a piece of wood. When I have the thought to criticize others, I shall remain like a piece of wood. Okay? Get it? Piece of wood means not acting on that impulse, right? It doesn't mean, I don't know. I don't want to make a joke about it. Okay?